Welcome to the Stress Outlet. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and I'm here with little Giovanni on another glorious day. Wow, we've had a bunch of these. Of course, I'm a big fan of every day is a glorious day, really. Or let's just say every is kind of polarized. Let's say the high majority. High majority. Because, which is like kind of a nice lead into what we're talking about, we kind of are, we don't experience life, as Tony Robbins would say. We don't really experience life. We experience what we focus on. And a day like this is very easy to focus on it being a glorious day. I'm also a big fan, it's been a while and we get some rain because it's so contemplative. I love the days in the fall when it's cloudy. Northern Vermont is amazing in the fall. When it's just, not saying rain, but just kind of cloudy and the leaves are all beautiful colors. It's kind of contemplative. It's like a George Winston CD. Anyway, so it's all in the perception. So here's what we're talking about. We're talking about in the last, we've done a bunch of reels on not getting stuck in our trauma narratives and all these things. And then we're talking about one person's trauma is another person's trauma. So with the sibling thing, that's leading me into this, which is very Gabor Mate. If you grew up in addiction like I did, you might want to check Gabor Mate out. Or if you have it in your current family or yourself or, whatever, he's amazing. Gabor Mate. He talks about the hungry ghosts. But anyway, he was talking about this, which is an inspiration, which even with the trauma, without anything, just in general, as siblings, I had one younger sister, 5.5 years younger. If you have 3 siblings in your family, and plus there's blended families and the whole thing, let's just say for sake of ease, if you're born to the same parents, it's going to be the dynamics, whatever you fill in the blank with, it's going to apply to you somehow, some way. Let's just say it's the same siblings with the same parents. You're not experiencing the same parent at all, because here's the thing. I love how Gabor was talking about this, and the parent isn't necessarily aware of it either, because you're not experiencing that parent the same as your sister or your brother, if you have brothers and sisters, because here's why. If you're an oldest child, if you're a youngest child, if you're a middle child, if you're an only child, if you're a twin, if God forbid you lost a sibling, there is no way your parent is showing up the same for all of you, because they can't. They're going through their filter just like you're going through your filter. So the parent we are experiencing is the parent who showed up for us. Going to be much different. Let's say with me, with an oldest and my younger sister 5.5 years later, they're going to be a whole different person this is how it works. I'm not saying it's necessarily a big, that it's necessarily all dysfunctional. It's just the fact. Mine was dysfunctional, but it's just the fact that